Hey, this is Steve Keese here with Keller Williams Capital District. We're here with another episode of Hey, How's the Market? This week we are taking a look at Warren County. This is the week of July 6th to July 12th of 2024. All right, so Warren County I've been skipping for a while. I like to go through all six before I go through the rotation again. And Warren County I kept skipping because all the categories, they all kept coming out as like first place and second place. So it would be 2, 1, 2, 1, 1, 1, 2, 1. And then all the prices would be the same thing. And I wasn't going to animate all that. So I just kept skipping it until we finally got a week where there was a clear winner for each one of the categories. So we finally got one this week. So Hadley Luzerne School District had 36 properties available on the market this week. Lake George School District had 31 properties available on the market this week. Total available inventory this week was 211. New pending properties this week. Glens Falls had 5 properties under contract this week, and North Warren School District had 3 properties under contract this week. Total pending properties this week was 13. New sold properties this week. Queensbury School District had 6 properties closed this week, and Glens Falls School District had 2 properties closed this week. Total sold properties this week for the county was 9. For price points, 200 to 300,000 had 6 properties under contract this week, and 0 to 200,000 had 4 properties under contract this week. 400 to 600 and over $1 million each had nothing under contract. For a chance to sell, 200 to 300 had the better chance of selling at 14%, and 0 to 200,000 had the second best chance selling at just under 10%. For school district, Glens Falls had the best chance of selling at 18.5%, and North Warren School District had the second best chance of selling at 10%. Total chance of selling for all of the county was 6.2, and the highest sale this week was $510,000 in Queensbury School District. So looking at the charts, so for total active inventory, we are at the highest inventory that we have had in the past year. So this would have been the high point of 2023, this time period right here. You can see it is not very drastic compared to a lot of the other counties that we've been seeing. And you can see recently we hit that high point at the beginning of May. We had passed where we had gotten, for this county, we had gotten past our high point for 2023, and we are way up there now. So it looked like we were about 160 this point already. We're at about 210, it looks like. And our high point last year wasn't until August or September. So we may still have some room to grow. This is different from a lot of the other counties. I think Warren County is probably the other county that has definitively reached, and in this case, obviously passed our highest point for 2023. Not many of the other counties have done that. All right, for new activity for this week, we are above the linear average. We're not all that higher than we were for this time last year. Our recent activity for new activities coming has been very high, probably the highest that we've had for all of, obviously, but we don't have the previous data for that because this only tracks the year. Probably the highest that we've had since we've been tracking data. New pending properties this week, we are lower than we have been, but we're just barely below the linear average. And the linear average is showing in an upward direction. So you can see that since about January, we've been heading in a steadily upward direction. And even this isn't particularly low. And sold properties is also showing an upward trend since about March. Average days on market. So active average days on market are down. All average days on market across all categories are down. Active is down a little bit. Sold and pending are down by a lot. Pending looks like it's at about maybe just over a week. So pretty much everything that went under contract this week in Warren County looks like it had just come on the market. And looking at our previous slide, pending not super low, but our pending numbers were down, kind of indicating that the stuff that has been on the market for a while, it has staled out. People are not really interested in that. So it either needs to cancel, expire, or we need price changes to get that older stuff moving on the market. Average price, so you can see our linear trends for both are heading in an upward direction. Pending average trend is very much up. That's up by each one of our brackets is 100,000, so this is up by $150,000 from beginning to end, just the linear average. Sold is also up, not nearly as significant. It started higher and is ending lower than comparatively to pending, but it is in an upward direction. Looking at the recent moving average, we've pointed this out before in some of the other categories. You can see that the moving average trend is going in an upward direction, but it is very inconsistent. It's a lot of all over the place. Warren County being one of those counties where every once in a while you'll sell $1 million, $2 million, $3 million property. That's really going to screw with your average numbers. So that's kind of why, I mean, these would be the normal ones in most other counties, these low numbers here. It's those high flyers that are kind of throwing it out. And even if we look at the lower numbers, you can see that they still are really kind of going in that upward direction. This week has been low for both, but even just looking at those lower numbers where they would be normal in most other counties, it is still going in the upward direction. Expired and canceled. So Warren County, not all counties are like this, but Warren County is one of them. I want to say Saratoga is the other county. Why do I keep saying county? County. And they have a chart that looks very similar. We had some high expired numbers down here. And then once January timeline started, it has dropped. And we've gotten to a point, it's almost 3. We've only got 4 above that. But since about January, the number of expireds in Warren County, I really got to remember to stop doing these so late at night. Like, I got to do it during the daytime sometime. Yeah, expired has been very low. It has not gone above 4. We've only got 1 at 4, 3 at 3. Most of them are down here at 2 or lower. So not very much in the expired and canceled. Now, as I kind of mentioned before, that might, maybe should change unless we're going to do some price reductions here, because the low pending properties and the low average days on market suggest that the buyers are not interested in most of what has been on the market for longer than, well, the average days this week showed out to be a week. So let's just say 3 weeks. Let's round up and go a month. Sure, what's a month? Pretty much anything that's been on the market for more than a month, buyers do not seem to be interested in. All right, so that has been this week's episode. Thank you for joining me, and please tune in again next time as we take a look at the question, hey, how's the market? Bye-bye for now.